What is it about Crimea that's got two countries fighting for years? I mean, it's just a diamond-shaped piece of land sticking out into the Black Sea, kind of easy to miss on the map, but this little peninsula has sparked wars, shaped empires, and now sits at the center of one of the most dangerous conflicts of our time. Russia and Ukraine both claim it, though Ukraine is the internationally recognized sovereign over Crimea. Regardless, neither side is backing down. So what makes Crimea so important? Why has it become one of the most contested pieces of land in the world? Let's take a closer look. To get why Crimea matters, you've got to look at where it is. It sits right in the middle of the Black Sea, and that's huge. We're talking about a key waterway to trade, military access, and geopolitical influence. For Russia, control over Crimea means power, real power. It gives them direct access to the Mediterranean and beyond, something they fought for centuries. And then there's Sevastopol, a major port city on the southern tip of Crimea. It's home to Russia's Black Sea Fleet, and here's the kicker. It's a warm water port. That means it stays ice-free all year. For a country like Russia, where so many northern ports freeze over in the winter, that's a very big deal. But it's not just about ships and strategy. Did you know Crimea has also been a vacation hotspot? Back in the days of the Russian Empire, even the last Tsar, Nicholas II, used to spend his summers there. Later, during the Soviet times, the city of Yalta became a go-to resort, the kind of place where people dreamed of visiting. But beneath the sunshine and beaches, Crimea's past is heavy. The history of this place is filled with power struggles and painful memories. In the 1700s, the Russian Empire first annexed Crimea from the indigenous people of the peninsula. Then came one of the darkest chapters. In 1944, Soviet leader Joseph Stalin accused the people of the peninsula of working with Nazi Germany. His response? Deport nearly 200,000 of them to Central Asia. Nearly half didn't survive the journey. That trauma still shapes identity and politics in Crimea today. Fast forward to 1954, another turning point. Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev transfers Crimea from Russia to Ukraine. That might sound like a huge deal, but at the time, both were still part of the Soviet Union. It was more like rearranging furniture within the same house. But when the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, everything changed. Ukraine became independent, and with it, Crimea officially became Ukrainian territory. That set the stage for what we're seeing today. Then came 2014, the big shift. After mass protests in Ukraine ousted the country's pro-Russian president Viktor Yanukovych, the Kremlin saw a chance. Russian troops, wearing unmarked uniforms, suddenly appeared in Crimea and took control. A referendum followed. Russia claimed the people of Crimea voted to join the Russian Federation, but Ukraine and most of the world called it illegal. They said the vote happened under military occupation. So how could it possibly be fair? Still, for Russian President Vladimir Putin, this was a massive win. His popularity soared, and the phrase Krimnash, or Crimea is ours, became a national rallying cry. But not everyone was cheering. The US and its allies hit Russia with sanctions, and relations between Russia and the West fell off a cliff, arguably the worst they've been since the Cold War. Fast forward again, 2022. Russia invades Ukraine on a full scale, and Crimea isn't just in the background anymore. It becomes a launch pad. Russian forces use it to attack southern Ukraine and move in fast. But Ukraine isn't just defending, it's hitting back. Over the past few years, Ukrainian forces have targeted key sites in Crimea, airfields, ammo depots, and even the Kerch Bridge, a giant symbol of Russia's control. At 19 kilometers long, the Kerch Bridge is the longest in Europe. Russia built it after annexing Crimea, not just for logistics, but as a literal concrete claim to the land. And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky? He's made it crystal clear. Ukraine will not stop until Crimea is back. So what now? Can Ukraine actually retake it? Will Russia give it up? Or is Crimea going to stay a geopolitical powder keg for years to come? What we do know is this: Crimea isn't just a piece of land. It's a symbol, a strategic stronghold, and a flashpoint in a war that's still far from over.